Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Migran Jalisco, Mexican restaurant. And I'm getting a phone call, so I'm going to get this phone call real quick. Good morning. Thank you for calling Migran Jalisco. May I take your order? Okay. Anything else? There'll be two country and potato tacos, one al pastor and three Dr. Peppers and one lemonade for Matthew. Okay, so thank you. Well, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. As you can see, we have some food to cook, and I'm gonna take you with me. Well, this past few months have not been easy because COVID-19 has done so much damage to our economy and has killed several people. Nevertheless, there's policies in place and regulations to follow, and there's so much misinformation or people taking it out of context. But I don't know if I showed you guys the last time we had we built a divider from the kitchen and moved our register further up to the front. And if you're listening to any music, I do not own rights to that music. And we've done rearranged. There's only two tables, three tables, four, five, six. Six tables we use. We had about 10 of them previously before COVID-19 arrived. So now we're down to six, and we kept them all 6 feet apart. And it's not been easy. People have to follow rules to wear their mask inside the restaurant. I took it off just because I'm by myself in here. So the mask policy is over at the door, as you can see, and we do all our carry out outside. All our carry out, due to COVID-19 city regulations, all carry out have to be taken care of outside. So nobody from the carry to goes can come inside. They all have to be outdoors. We take their orders outdoors. They don't come into the facility at all, and that is to relieve some of the decreasement of COVID-19 possibilities. The less people you have contact with, the less of a possibility of contracting the virus. That's according to the CDC guidelines. So we go over ourselves. We clean the diner every time people leave their area. We have some chemicals we've purchased, and we that meet CDC guidelines, and then we go and we sanitize the area. So that's pretty much it, guys. I haven't been up here on my YouTube channel because I've been so busy with schoolwork. Also, I don't know if you guys recall, but I'm working on my bachelor's degree, which I'm gonna have be awarded this spring. And due to my finals and getting all my A's and B's and really good grades, I've been staying away from the platforms of YouTube and what else. But other than that, that's pretty much how it is here in Gran Jalisco. There, as you could tell, there is no one here. Sometimes, if we're blessed enough, we'll have one or two tables a day, and that's a maybe or an iffy. Other than that, people are staying home. People are afraid, and there's no blame on them. I mean, I would be afraid myself because we don't know whether somebody is cleaning and sanitizing or anything else, and that could contaminate us. But other than that, I always tell my customers that continue to come back to me on Jalisco that we're taking every precaution, every measure, everything that we need to do in order to keep you healthy in here. Whatever people do on their time is their time. But here in Miran Jalisco, we sanitize, we clean everything, and we sustain the environment because that is all we can control is the environment. That in here, the cleanliness and the sanitation. And as far as people not wearing their face mask, that's another topic. People don't want to wear their face masks. They come in here, they won't even wear it. So what I do, because there is a $2,000 citation if people don't wear their masks, I politely ask them to not enter the restaurant. Deny, refuse service. Deny, refuse service to some individuals. They don't want to wear a mask, then they're not welcome here in Miguel Jalisco, because we want to stay safe. We don't want to catch COVID. We don't want other customers to catch COVID because we caught it, because we stayed off guard. So it is important that we stay on guard of the situation and continue to follow the city ordinance and regulations that the United States of America has, because other countries have had a crazier, devastation where millions of people have died. And here we've only been contaminated. We have had a few deaths, and that is horrible. But other countries are worse. So our country has really taken care of us, and that we give thanks to the people that do all these rules, even though sometimes it feels like they're over extremely, over extremely, but it's just for us to stay safe and for the families to stay alive. Like last night, matter of fact, there was mm, I think it was, not sure if it goes into effect tonight or yet last night, but no more bars are open. So we're just waiting playing it by ear. We don't know if we're gonna be closed next. There's no information yet on that. But thank you so much for tuning in. Right now, there's one viewer. Thank you to my one viewer who's here watching. Um, so, with that being said, of a little bit of what has happened here in Miran Jalisco. Furthermore, about COVID, how it has impacted the business. I've said to you, sales are down, and why sales are down is because of the pandemic. There's really no magic. There's really no magic on how to keep a business going when the business is a small business and the resources that are there are not available to small businesses, because it is what it is. And the larger corporations are the ones that are first signing up and receiving any federal government and assistance, because they have accountants, they have the staff that is going to contribute to making those applications and resources available, accessible to the company. And here in Miran Jalisco, I'm the head of the business. I do all the roles and I practice all the roles, and that's how I've gotten this far. Next year, God willing, in April is going to be my 4th anniversary of Miran Jalisco being in business. So basically, I play all the roles. I'm a waitress, I'm a cashier, I'm the drive-through host, I'm the hostess as people are coming in. I bus tables. I play all the roles that are in the book of the restaurant industry in order to stay in business and stay employed. I play all the roles to keep my business. And is so a few questions on that is analyzing, how is playing all the roles contributing to my business, and it has greatly done so. And so that's one of the things I advise people to do, is to play all the roles. If you really want your business to be successful and you're going through the pandemic crisis yourself today, it's a day where I advise people, of course, to each individual, everyone's different, but I advise people to play the roles, of your business. If you start a business and you are like myself, an unwealthy person, because People that start businesses sometimes have wealth, and with that wealth, they have that ability to sustain the business, and that is not something that I have. All I have is these two hands, and these two hands got to get me to work and get me successful. So, so that's a little bit of the recommendations that we've I've implemented in my business to stay in business is to play the roles and play the role of the waitress, play the role of cashier, play the role of other roles. And it's not because I'm intentionally wanting to save money. It's because there is no money, no wage money to pay other people. There's no sales. And when there's no sales, there's no revenues. And when there's no revenues, there's no income to pay others to do the job for with us as a team. So it's not easy to to play other roles, but live and learn and live, and that is a key success to any career path a person decides. Sometimes people like this morning ask me, are you the owner? And I'm like, when people hear that I'm the owner, they probably like, oh, think like I have all this money because I'm the owner, or I don't know what people think of of an owner, and that might be another survey, a study, a social studies that I might perform. I might ask people and start writing down why they ask if I'm the owner, and let you know the next video I have. I'm gonna do a survey upon my business and ask the people why it is that you ask me if I'm the owner, why it is that question, that answer matters. Because every time I go eat somewhere, I don't ask, are you the owner? If I go to McDonald's, I never ask, where's the owner or who's the owner. When I go to, another place that I go to often, the drive-through window would be McDonald's. I drive through there and I buy a biscuit or something on my day off because I'm out and about on errands. And I don't wonder who the owner is. I wonder other stuff. I wonder how they keep in business. I look into the microscope. I don't really focus in the my micro. I focus more about the macro. I don't really focus on the macro. I focus in the macro, not in the micro, in the macro. So that's probably something that is talking to me to analyze and observe and get some feedback on that, right? Okay, guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up because my daughter is giving me the look. As just a quick conclusion of the events spoken of today, I'm talking to you about the CDC guidelines, the requirements of obligation wearing a face mask. Now, this face mask, as you see here, was handmade by myself, by yours truly. Did I know how to sew? No. Did I learn? Yes. Was I successful? Of course. So that's all it is. This world is full of opportunities, and there is higher opportunities and very low possibilities of you not making it in any career path you decide, any job you want to do, you can do. So my children are working from here from the restaurant because we're doing virtual, 100% virtual learning. So we're doing 100% virtual learning, and that in of itself is another field of going into restaurant department to education field. And that, my friends, I will not be talking about because I leave that to the professionals. And I am not a education professional. I am not pursuing to be a teacher, so I don't have any whatsoever proper information. But as a parent, I could definitely help you and tell you that my children are doing very well in their learning, and their learning experience is not as it would have been with with all the stuff that's happening. But so far, so good. So, okay, guys, I'm letting you go now because my children are in school and me talking out here live is making it unhealthy for them to follow their professor who's awesome talking over there. So I do not own rights to the music. Like I said earlier, I do not own rights to the music. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll keep you posted on what has happened at Mi Gran Jalisco.